What's up, class? So we just finished the Roman numeral, the long version. So I'm going to show you how I shorten it. And the cool thing is, there's ways your classmates have shortened it even more. But I'm just going to show you how to turn it into a loop, because that kind of relates to what we've been going over in class. Okay? So this is our code. Once again, it kind of asks for if you want to convert a Roman numeral number. So you say Roman numeral, then it goes into this part of the code, okay, and then calculates the length. It then scrolls through using a for loop each letter of the Roman numeral, and then depending on what it is, calculates and adds to the total. So we've gone over this in detail. And then this one looks at the number, divides, and checks if it's greater than 1,000, if so adds a M, check if it's greater than 900, if so adds a CM, and so on and so forth, all the way down to I. Each time it adds a letter, it subtracts its corresponding value from the total. So they kind of work in opposite ways. One's adding up, and one's subtracting until it's 0. Okay. We're going to turn them into. So I'm going to copy and paste it, create a new thing. There's my cheat code. Okay. Copy to here, call, and save it as. I guess I could have just saved it as short, but that's okay. Win some, lose some. Okay. Cool. Okay, so now we have this code. Okay. First thing is looking at this, and the cool thing is the way we had written it, based on the vectors, is this part of each if statement is the same. The only thing that's different is this. Okay, everything else is calling on this. So once you get this based on this, so once you get the value of I, or the value of V, or the value of X, and so on and so forth, then you're able to do this part automated. So basically what we need to do is store the value of each of these. So store the value of I, store the value of V, store the value of X, because that's the only part that's different in each if statement, okay? And this whole nested if. So what we do is we go up here and create two vectors, okay? One's called vec, I call it vec, okay? And this is just going to be storing all the letters. So I, okay. And for some reason, syntax-wise, I messed around with a while, and this is the way I had to do it with the double quotes and the comma separating. But you probably could get it working other ways. Okay. Cool. And then vec2 equals. And then it's just the corresponding value. So 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, 500, 1,000. Okay? So hopefully you see where I'm going with this, but this matches with this, this matches with this, this matches with. So we find the right index here, then you match it just with the index here. So instead of doing a for loop here, we're going to add a while. Okay, I'm going to comment this out for now, then I'll delete it later. So it's there to look at least. Okay. Oops, that was embarrassing. Not getting frustrated. Cool. Okay. So we're going to convert all these this for loop with these nested ifs into one smaller loop, okay? With a lot less lines. Okay, so basically the key is we got to still scroll through the length like this, okay? And I'm going to make it a while, and hopefully you'll see why, but while L is lengthen or equal to len. Okay, because that's what I call length up here. Okay, say, so let's get this in. There we go. L is equal to 1. Okay? Oh, L is equal to 1 because we got to start at 1. So we're scrolling through, starting at 1. And so this is still the same as the for loop that we had down here, that we're doing it as a while loop. Okay? And you'll see why we're doing a while loop in this. Okay. So then, while v, okay, and now we got to scroll through the vector. Okay? So, basically we got to check each part, each place of the vector, and our vector is how many places. So we're scrolling through this and trying to match it with the index of the input. So we'll check the first index against this, the second index against this, the third index against this. So that's why we still have this while loop. Okay, now instead of checking against multiple ifs, we're just running it through here. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so while v is less than 7. Okay, and then t equals string compare, which we use up top, vec of v to rn of l. Okay, so what we're doing here is comparing all the way through the loop, vec 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and comparing it to where we are in the length. So the first time through, I guess we still could have made this a for loop. I don't know why I changed it to a while, but I did. Maybe there was a reason. Okay, but we need to make v equal to 1 up here. Okay, so it can go into this loop. So it starts at 1, goes to 7, so it's scrolling through this, and it's comparing this to the first index of the Roman numeral, this the first index, this until it finds the matching one, and does that for each index. Okay, so if t equals 1 each time in that loop, then it goes through and does this part of the code, which is really cool. Okay, so copy, paste this into here. So if it's true, it does this. Okay, I'm going to uncomment it. Right click. Uncomment. Okay. Tab. So it's better. Okay. I'm going to end this if. While, okay, but what it's doing is if this is true, so it checks first, it checks for v1. If it's true, it does this. If it's not true, it ends. So there's no else. I lied, there is an else, but it's the error. But we don't need to worry about that now. Okay. So if it doesn't match. Okay. And this is for my check at the end. It allows the user if they did something wrong. But if it goes in here, right, if v1 matches rn of 1, it goes in here. If not, then it checks again. If vn2 doesn't match rn of 1, then it checks again. It goes all the way through that vector until it finds the thing that matches the first index. And after that, it switches to the second index, third index, and fourth index. But once it matches, then it goes into here. Okay, and this is the same calculations we had before, but we got to change this. Instead of 1, we say h1 equals vec 2 of v. So we match. So let's say we're in the third time through, and we finally match rn of 1. Okay, then we go into here, and we set it equal to the corresponding placement in here. So on the third time through, if it's x, we match it with the 10. If it's L, we match it with the 50. Okay? So we've set up this data bank up here with these vectors, and it allows us to do this loop. Okay? So then we go through, and then the big thing is we got to make sure do v equals v plus 1. So keep scrolling through the loop. Okay. L equals L plus 1. Okay. Keep scrolling through the loop. Cool. I think that's it. So I'm going to delete this, because that's kind of confusing me. We got what we needed out of that. Okay. Code's a little happier now. Error equals error plus 1. V equals v plus 1. Okay. Cool. Let's try to run and see what works. I feel like that's an error. Wrong short. Okay. Rn. So we did get an error. Why do we get an error? Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Error equals error plus 1. So it didn't go into the loop. This is a good time to add a breakpoint. Run it. Okay. Rn. Ix. Only have 4 minutes left in this video. Okay, so we go step through. So step. Okay. L is 1. Rn to L should be I. Okay, while v, what's v equal to at this point? V is equal to 1. Okay, step. Okay, back of v. So it should match the first time through. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, so, oh. If t equals 1, so it does. So it goes in here, add an I, S. Oh, this is the problem. So, I'm going to quit debugging. I don't know why this is here, but the problem with this is every time it goes through, I say if error is greater than 0, I display this, and if not, I display the sum. So, so it matched with the I, but then it has to scroll through the rest of the length, the rest of the V's, and it's not going to match. It's going to give t equals 0 because it already matched with the first one, and it's going to report this. So let's do this. Okay, let's try to. I'm going to get rid of this breakpoint. Try to run again. Run short, and it shouldn't add to the error. So we go Rn Ix, and it equals 1. Bummer, dudes. I'll think on that. Let's see. I actually just paused the video. I ran through the code, and it only was checking the first index. I want everyone to pause the video, look at this code, think, why is it only checking the first index? Well, the problem is, what happens is we scroll through all the V's here, so check the first index against this whole vector, and then we go through to the next index, because we hit L equals L plus 1, go in it. Well, what is V equal to at this point? It's still equal to 7. So it never goes back in this code to check. So we need to reset V here, V plus 1. So the next time it goes to the while loop and goes to the new L, V is now back to 1 and can scroll through. So let's try again. Short, Rn, okay, please don't apply to X. Whoops, this. It's a big debugging. Okay, let's try again. It takes a while to go through that loop. Ix. I really thought I had fixed it. Well, this is embarrassing. That's what happens when I make a tutorial at 11 a.m. on Saturday morning in the track room. I explained what I need to do. I need to reset to 1. I just said V equals V plus 1. So you guys probably caught that while I was doing it. But here we are. Okay. I really am tired. I just said pause again when I went to say run. Okay. Short. Rn. Ix. 9. Awesome. Run short. Rn. Okay. Please type in removal. Let's do xc. Ix. Got 12 seconds left in this video. 99. Okay. Sorry, this is a confusing one. I might redo it. But at least you can see step by step through it. And once again, if you pause and do a breakpoint, that helps a lot.